Hey guys, Scott and Nate from PlayYourCourt.com. Today we've got our good buddy Andrew here, and we're going to show you how to train like a Division I college tennis player. All right guys, so today we're going to jump in with our buddy Andrew here and show you how a Division I college athlete trains. We're going to give you some 2-on-1 drills. Before we dive in, this video is for players with a PlayYourCourt rating of 70 and up. If you're not in our community or familiar with our rating system, definitely click the link or the button below and check out what we've got going on. It can help your tennis game tremendously, but if you're not already in the community, a PlayYourCourt 70 is the equivalent of about a USTA 4.0. So if you're not USTA 4.0 and up, turn this video off, it's not for you.
Yeah guys, so what we're talking today about are these 2-on-1s, and we have it happen sometimes by accident. You have a doubles match and somebody doesn't show up, or maybe you just have 3 people that want to go play some tennis and you're trying to figure out what to do. Well, we actually use the 2 versus 1 technique quite a bit through our academy and through collegiate play. Andrew over here I've had the pleasure of working with since he was a little guy. I could barely get the ball over the net. Now the ball goes over the net really, really fast.
I was going to say he's got no problem getting the ball over the net now.
No, now
he's definitely not a little guy anymore.
It goes past me. That's the problem that I have these days. A little older. All right, but what we do is through the academies, we often went through this and we'd have these discussions of why. And so I think in Scott and I, both of our experience in collegiate play, we had to utilize this for multiple reasons. One, the access of courts. Not super limited, but it's a whole lot easier when we put 3 people on the court. But the ability to really make the game more difficult when one person is playing 2 people, taking time away, shrinking the court. Yep. So kind of the idea here is that if you can get good at playing 2 people, imagine what happens when you're only playing 1 person. All right, so we're going to be taking.
If you're super out of shape like me and you have a really hard time playing against 1 person, imagine how great a shape you can get in if you train against 2.
In that, I will be the people, or the 2. We'll be the 2 versus the 1. So we're going to jump into these drills. The first drill that we're going to be doing is baseline to net. Okay, so Scott and I are going to be up at the net. We're going to focus on volleying deep, keeping the ball predominantly to Andrew. We'll move it around a little bit, but the emphasis really here is Andrew's going to be working on that quick unit turn, getting the racket back, getting a quick split step, all right, and tracking and staying behind the ball. All right, so from there, we'll drop back to the baseline and it'll be a whole lot easier because they'll have more time, all right? So let's take a look at that drill now.
Yeah, let's dive in.
Like right now?
Yeah, right now works.
Right now, let's go right now. So guys, in this first segment, what we're gonna focus on is keeping the ball deep back to Andrew, allowing him to work on the reaction time, unit turn, getting the racket back. Sorry, Andrew, pulling you a little wide there. And focusing on this split step. All right, so you can imagine if this was actually a singles point, how much he'd be working and how fast, how big the pace would be that he would be having to contend with. All right, so as he gets loose, we're gonna start playing away from him a little bit and make it a little bit more difficult.
A little bit too much, sorry.
Come on, Drew.
Oh, yeah. This is just rude, here you go.
That's rude too, huh? Oh, it's so rude. Let's go, Andrew.
This is why we can't have Oh, that was the most rude.
So this is where we'd have Andrew do a whole bunch of burpees for disrespecting the coach.
That's right.
All right, so Andrew, we'll play to 5 here. First ball, be nice. All right, we're still focusing.
Starting now, 0-0.
We'll even go no drop shots here. We're just gonna work on depth.
Oh.
All right, 1-0, Andrew.
1-0 bad guy. I got it. Ready?
Volley. No, I'm not ready.
Game
ready.
Backhands.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to make a tweener.
2-0.
You're going to miss a high backhand volley to go down 2-0.
Yeah.
Perfect. I feel like we're being too nice.
3-0.
Kid taking it to us.
Should not be losing this. Oh, I failed to mention that we're only playing the singles court, young Andrew. I made a rule about no drop volleys.
That wasn't a drop volley, it was an angle volley.
We won't tell him.
Careful of that ball, Drew. You ready?
All right, 3-1, the young guy.
Oh, that's a generous feed. 4-1.
4-1 championship point. I got the feed.
Yep. Do something more productive than I did. Swear words.
Wow. All right, so Drew takes that down, and that is our first exercise, okay? Pretty good warm up over there, heart beating. All right, so now we're gonna go back to the baseline, and at this point, he's gonna have a whole lot more time. He's just not gonna take more time, because as humans, that's what we do, right?
Yep.
I got 5 minutes, I'll get my shoes on in a minute, and then
Press
you're late.
like he's pressing right now, but with way more time to do so.
Yeah, all right, so we'll take a look at that now. All right, guys, so in this one, Andrew is gonna be focused on going cross court, while Scott and I are only allowed to go down the line. Andrew's gonna have to get a lot of movement, possibly cutting off the corners and defending coast to coast.
Time to get meaner.
So you can immediately see how this simulates. This would be like playing a doll, somebody that's just covering a ton of court.
You can immediately see why I put the young, fit guy on the other side of the net. Looks off over there, buddy.
Who's gonna miss?
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
I was in. That was wide. Definitely wide. So guys, you can see there, Andrew's getting a phenomenal workout defending a ton of court, and we're really working on control here. We're not trying to hit on the line. We're actually trying to keep the margins fairly safe. Occasionally we make a miss, we just keep playing, right? So on this next drill, Andrew's going to be going down the line only. We're gonna be going cross court.
This is gonna be much worse for him.
Yeah, because I mean, we're getting the longer part of the court, right? The lowest part of the net. All right, but same idea here. We are going cross court. He's going down the line. Let's jump into it. All right, Andrew, play with some height, keeping it away from that line, because we're going cross court.
Oh, shankopotamus. Thank you very much, Nate. Guys, you can see we're being pretty nice. A lot of movement on that side of the net. If you want to work a nice cardio workout, all the while improving your footwork and timing, this is your drill. Sorry, Andrew.
That's good though, buddy. That is some good hustling.
One more.
Yep, here we go, back to it.
Oh, that's too nice. All right, let's get it moving. There it is. Play it. Come on, you're there. One more, dig it out, dig it out, dig it out, dig it out.
Let's go. Old guys win. All right, guys, so those two drills, Andrew's 100% ready to roll from the baseline. We had him taking his time away with the volleys, and then we've got him moving, working through the cross courts and the down the lines. Really difficult drill. This is higher level. And here's the thing, though, but you can scale it. So maybe you aren't playing at an open level, you're not collegiate or whatever it might be. Just slow the pace down, right? Give everybody time to recover and still practice these.
We've got to point out here too, this isn't necessarily good decision making in this drill. Like if we're pulling Andrew out wide on every single ball, it's not correct strategy wise to go down the line when you're out of position. So take this for what it's worth. This is a footwork drill. This is a drill to get you your reaction time up from the baseline. These decisions aren't necessarily something that scale into match play. The footwork and the intensity is what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's a good point to make there, Scott. All right, so now that he's all warmed up, we're gonna get him in attack mode. This time we're gonna be feeding him an approach shot, all right? And so as he's moving in, with Scott and I both being on the court, there's really nowhere to hide. He's gonna have a difficult ball coming back where he's gonna have to play a volley and work the point. All right, so we'll jump into that now. All right, guys, so in this first drill, Andrew's been instructed to work at about 70%, and we're gonna play that first ball back to him. So we're kind of working the point. We're kind of feeling this out here. We're gonna work through forehands, backhands, and after a few, we'll get a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, that's a step.
Scotty.
Yeah,
New
guys,
leg. New leg.
Super important point here. It's no fun, or you're not gonna make any progress just ripping winners past your homies. So you're gonna see Nate and I purposefully giving him some balls to play here. Oh yeah? Picking on my bum knee.
All right, guys, so this one we're being a whole lot more aggressive, not nearly as friendly with the targeting and pace. A little bit. All right, but we're still playing the singles court, all right? So shrinking the court on them.
Get in there.
All right, once.
All right, 2-0 Young Gun.
No, 1-1.
Oh, 1-0,
overhead was
that's
the
right,
long
missed
dunk.
overhead.
Give them points,
That's
Scotty.
a problem. Oh no.
All right, 2-1, Young Gun. Feeding. Oh, that's rude. In front of all your friends.
That's right, in front of the whole internet. That's gonna be a problem. All right, 2-3, right? Here we go.
You.
Oh, come on.
Oh, let's go. Well played, sir.
All right, 3-0. Nay. All right, 4-3. Game point, old man. Oh, the chip. Good decision.
Why would I try to lob that? What am I doing?
Fun
All
fact.
right, sudden victory.
Fun fact, internet. Nate is a two-handed backhand. 4-all. Sudden death. There it is. Come on.
All guys prevail.
All right, guys, so a couple different variations of that drill, as you can see here. The first version, we're not gonna be quite as competitive. It makes no sense for you to get out there with your buddies if them to hit an approach shot and you to just rip a winner down the line. That doesn't help them, it doesn't really help you. So you see, to start, we're cooperative, and then at the end, we're gonna have some fun. Then we're gonna let Andrew go a lot more aggressive on his approach shot. We're gonna go full throttle on our end, trying to pass him and get that more competitive vibe at the end there.
I think the big part there too is like allowing the timing and the tempo, right? Like if you're getting out there and being tighter on calls, yeah, I mean, we call singles to shrink the targeting, right? To make it a little bit more difficult for him. If it's in the alley, play it, man. Like get as many reps here as you possibly can and work on that targeting.
For sure.
All right, so this next drill, we're gonna have Andrew work on his overhead. And this one's pretty simple. Scott and I can only lob. That's all we're gonna do is lob. Andrew's just gonna have a overhead frenzy and hope that we basically survive it. So what we're working on is
offense, defense.
Yeah, but we're working on the slob. You're gonna see a lot of chip, a lot of slice lobs, hence the slob. All right, and then you're gonna see just a ton of overheads. All right, so let's jump into that now.
Game on.
We're gonna start here at a 50% tempo. Andrew's gonna loosen up that shoulder. We won't make the lobs too difficult. And once that shoulder gets loose, we'll get a little bit more competitive.
Still being pretty nice. All right. Game, oh, there's
Well, that
the
wasn't
anger.
nice at all. All right, Andrew, same game. So this time we're gonna go to 5, okay? Still, we'll give you alleys here.
Ooh, that's a horrible idea.
It's a horrible idea. No alleys, here we go.
Singles court.
All right, 1-0.
Wonder what it's like to be fast. Comment below and let me know if you are. It's kind of a lob. It's kind of a lob. It's kind of a lob. There it is. That's a problem. Out. Nice try. 0-2.
0-2.
I don't feel good about our chances of winning this.
Yeah, that's a good ball.
Hold on, I got a feed for him. 0-3, you ready? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have some of that.
Ooh, on the board. Go up with that little defensive overhead there, my man.
1-3. Defense wins ball games. Problem. Nice shot.
Thought this was an overhead drill. That's a pretty good drop volley.
1-4.
Championship point. You won't do it. He did it. All right, guys, we had a ton of fun today. Pleasure having Andrew out here. Been working with this young man for a long time, and it's fun watching his game develop. And we've done a lot of these drills collegiately. He's working through these quite a bit as well. Next time you have 3 people, whether you plan to it or not, get out there and run through some of these. And then when you get out there and you play singles, you're going to be amazed at how effective your shots are, because there's not 2 people on the court defending it. All right, so these 2 versus 1 drills with a collegiate player. Good times today. Scotty.
For sure. Yeah, guys, as always, we just want to see you improve your tennis game. The bottom line is we've got a college tennis player here that we're working with. This instruction isn't for everybody, so we would love to know a little bit more about you so we can send you the specific instruction that you need. And not only that, but pair you with evenly matched players at your skill level so you can jump out on the court and practice this stuff. So do us a favor, click the button in the link below, check out our community. It's everything you need to improve your tennis game. Hopefully we'll see you on the inside.